कुंज बिहारी
माधवा कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी वल्लभ गोपी वल्लभ यशोदानंदन गज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। श्रवायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 7, text number 39. Last two verses are there, so we'll cover both the verses, 39, 40. 39 verse. Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam Aushanasyapi Vidyaya Achityadan Mahendraya
Achityānand Mahendraya
Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu
Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu
Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam
Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam
Aushanasyapi Vidyaya
Aushanasya Vidyaya
Achityadan Mahendraya
Achityānand Mahendraya
Vaishnavya Vidya Vibhu
Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu
Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam
Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam
Aushanasyapi Vidyaya
Aushanasya Vidyaya
Achityadan Mahendraya
Achityānand Mahendraya
Vaishnavya Vidya Vibhu
Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu Suridvisham Shriyam Guptam Suridvisham Shriyam Guptam Ausanasyapi Vidyaya Ausanasyapi Vidyaya Achityad Mahendraya Achityad Mahendraya Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu
Suridvisham Shriyam Guptam
Suridvisham Shriyam Guptam
Aushanasyapi Vidyaya
Ausanasyapi Vidyaya
Achityadan Mahendraya
Achityānand Mahendraya
Vaishnavya Vidya Vibhu
Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam Suradvisham Shriyam Guptam Ausanasyapi Vidya Ausanasyapi Vidyaya Achityānand Mahendraya Achityānand Mahendraya Vaiṣṇavya Vidya Vibhu
Suradvisham,
Suradvisham
the enemies of the demigods. Shriyam, opulence. Guptam, protected. Aushanyasya,
Ausanasya
of Shukracharya.
of Shukracharya
Api, although. Vidya,
Vidya
by the talents.
by the hands
Achidya,
Achidya
collecting.
collecting
Adata,
Adāta
delivered.
delivered
Maha, Indraya,
Mahendraya
unto King Indra.
unto King Indra
Vaishnavya,
Vaiṣṇavya
of Lord Vishnu.
of Lord Vishnu
Vidyaya,
Vidyaya
by a prayer.
by a prayer
Vibhu,
Vibhu
the most powerful Vishwarup.
the most powerful
Translated on purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada. Translation: the opulence of the demons, who are generally known as the enemies of the demigods, was protected by the talents and tactics of Shukracharya. But Vishwarup, who was most powerful, composed a protective prayer known as the Narayana Kavach. By this intelligent mantra, he took away the opulence of the demons and gave it to Mahendra, the king of heaven. Purport: the distinction between the demigods, devas, and the demons, asuras, is that demigods are all devotees of Lord Vishnu, whereas the demons are the devotees of demigods like Lord Shiva, Goddess Kali, and Goddess Durga. Sometimes the demons are also devotees of Lord Brahma. Ravana, who was devotee of Lord Shiva. Mahishasura was a devotee of Goddess Durga. The demigods are the devotees of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu Bhakta Smruto Daiva, whereas the demons, Asuras Tat Viparyayaha, are always against the Vishnu Bhaktas or Vaiṣṇavas. To oppose the Vaiṣṇavas, the demons become devotees of Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Kali, Durga, and so on. In the days of yore, many years ago, there was an animosity between Devas and Asuras, and the same spirit still continues. For the devotees of Lord Shiva and Goddess Durga are always enemies of Vaishnavas who are devotees of Lord Vishnu. This strain between the devotees of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu has always existed. In the higher planetary systems, fights between the demons and the demigods continue for a long time. Herein we see that Vishwarupa made for demigods a protective covering saturated with a Vishnu mantra. Sometimes the Vishnu mantra is called Vishnu Jwara and the Shiva mantra is called Shiva Jwara. We find in the Shastras that sometimes the Shiva Jwara and Vishnu Jwara are employed in the fight between the demons and the demigods. The word Suradvisha, which in this verse means the enemies of the demigods, also refers to the atheist. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam elsewhere says that the Lord Buddha appeared for the purpose of bewildering the demons or atheists. The Supreme Personality of Godhead always awards his benediction to devotees. The Lord himself confirms this in Bhagavad Gita 9.31. Kaunteya pradijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So next verse has no purport, we'll take that also. Text 40. Yaya guptaha sahasraksho
Yaya Guptaha Sahasraksho
jigye surat chamur vibhu
Jigya Suracha Vibhu
tam praha samahendraya
Tamraha Samahindraya
Vishwarupa udaradhi.
Vishwarupa
Vishwarupa was most liberal, spoke to King Indra, Sahasraksha, the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 7th chapter of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam entitled Indra offends his spiritual master Brahaspati. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Śrī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shiyutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaiṣṇavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Caitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Balabhadra Subhadrapyam Jagannatha Vanja Kalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 7, text number 39 and 40. The opulence of the demons, who are generally known as the enemies of the demigods, was protected by the talents and tactics of Śukracārya. But the Vishwarup, who was most powerful, composed a protective prayer known as Narayana Kavach. By this intelligent mantra, he took away the opulence of the demons and gave it to the Mahendra, the king of the heaven. Vishwarupa who was most liberal, spoke to King Indra, Sahasraksha, the secret hymn that protected Indra and conquered the military power of the demons. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. So here is the concluding verses of this particular chapter. Indra offends Brahaspati. Because of offending Brahaspati, he lost all his opulence. Brahaspati is a guru, demigod of the demigods. And Śukracārya is the guru of demons. So demigods, being puffed up with their material opulence, they offended Brahaspati. And Indra offended and others also got reaction for it. I'll come a little ahead. Little up. It's fine. Now it's clear? More. So this principle you can understand that yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, in spiritual path is true, but even in other places also it's, if one is following the particular spiritual master. Prabhupada also says in the previous verses that even in the material sense also, one must approach a particular type of guru to execute a particular type of duty. Like that. So in a modern scenario also you can see that if you want to do PhD under some professor, then you have to satisfy the professor. Please him. Then only you can get success. Otherwise, nobody else can help one out. But it's very much true in spiritual sense, or in the higher senses of this, the demigods and demons both wanted opulences, and then demons pleased their guru and they got powers. So Krishna's system is like that. Anybody follows the right path, he will get empowerment. Any demon also perform tapasya, he will get powers. Now how he utilizes, that's up to him. Misuses or right uses. Krishna is so liberal in that sense. He doesn't discriminate, doesn't differentiate. He has no envy to anybody. He is impartial. But of course, if somebody becomes a devotee, pure-hearted, then without performing tapasya also Krishna can give him opulences. That freedom is there with Krishna. That nobody can question that. Just like a teacher may give more time to the student who is more eager to learn. It's natural. So, demigods, devatas means those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu. Vishnur Bhakta Smritir Daiva, Asuras Tad Viparye. And those are asuras, they are against demigods. And they are usually devotees of the demigods. So now demigods are the devotees of Vishnu, and the demons are the devotees of the demigods. What does it mean? He said that if you want to approach Vishnu, then you have to go to the Vaiṣṇava. Dāsa-dāsānudāsa. So they are dāsa-dāsānudāsa. Is that? No, they are not devotees of the devotees. They are devotees of the positions, powers. Demigods hold powers. So they are worshipping demigods not because they are devotees of Lord Vishnu. They are worshipping demigods because they hold powers. They don't accept the Vishnu Bhakti and everything. They don't have any. So when we say dāsa-dāsānudāsa, means we have to become devotees, servants of the devotees, not their positions. Sometimes such devotees holding positions, very famous person, many people want to become his followers. It's not necessarily always because of his devotional service. It's because he holds fame, or he holds certain position, powers in the spiritual institution also. People go very much by the popularity, fame, So what they are devotees of? They are devotees of this fame and the power and position he holds, or are they devotees of the devotee who is sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness, or who is exalted devotee? So Brahma is pure-hearted devotee, but Brahma's devotees, his demons, Ravana and Hiranyakashipu, they are Brahma, devotees of Brahma. But they are not counted as devotees, because they are devotees of Brahma's positions, powers. So in our lives also we should see very carefully that whose devotee we are, why we are attracted to a particular person. Is it because he is holding positions, powers, charisma, or it is really you are attracted by the devotion what a person is having in his heart. So that you find in our institution also many people go by institutional fame and the branding of the institution. You can get a lot of things by that. Many times people come. One person came to me and was saying, "I want to become life member." I said, "Why?" Because I heard that you can stay in all over the world any temple for 3 days, foreign countries. So it's a very good proposal. I can save so much money. And I told him, no, it's a misconception. You may not get places everywhere because there are so many life members are there. If you have this motivation, you will be frustrated in your life. If you have motivation to serve Krishna and you get some benefits, it's fine. But if your motivation is to get the staying in the all over the world, nice proposal, like 3 days free accommodation in US, Europe, or any place in India also, once in a year, and they calculate, I can pay this much and I can get this much back, along with the credibility of being a life patron of this big institution. One person was in one program was distributing his visiting card. I am a life patron of ISKCON. So if they come with that motivation and become devotees, that's good. But if they remain like that, then it's unfortunate. They don't make advancement. And then they very much identify only with the institution name. Now the institution has branding and fame. Now, if the situation happens like Bangladesh, can you go and openly tell I am a ISKCON person? They have to hide. Devotees have to hide and practice. So, if one is going only by superficial support of the things and not going deeper in the what Srila Prabhupada has started institution for, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, to become Krishna conscious. if we are not going deeper in understanding, and that will come by studying Srila Prabhupada's books. Now here you'll find sometimes Bhagavatam gives very clear understanding what is meaning of being a devotee. In this particular episode you'll find now the actions of demigods will be like, in one sense, not like demigods. On the other side, the demon, Vritrasur, later on we'll find, he was a devotee. So the Indra in that particular situation acted not like a devotee, against principle of a devotee. Here in this episode only you can find out Indra becoming very angry with Vishwarupa and killing him also during the fire sacrifice only. He accepted him as Guru and then he killed him because he was offering oblation to the demons also. And we got a reaction for killing a Brahmana called Guru Hatya, Brahma Hatya. And later on in the fight, before killing Vritrasura, Indra understood that he is a Vaishnava. And he was hesitant to kill him. So demigods told, don't we kill him, we'll perform some sacrifice to counteract the sins of killing a Brahmana. So that became a seventh offense, to commit sinful acts on the strength of the holy name of the Lord, like that. Knowingly he did that, and then he got again reaction. Severe reactions. On the other side, Vritrasura was understanding his Lord Vishnu's desire that, and then he very happily performed his duties, and ultimately he was killed on the battlefield and he went back to Godhead. So Bhagavatam very strategically bring out by showing that what is the meaning of devotee and what is not being of devotee. It's not just because somebody is a demigod, holding post of demigod, he is always a pure devotee. Not necessarily. In the previous episodes also, the Prajapati Daksha was holding position next to Brahma. And then he offended Lord Shiva, who is a Vaiṣṇava Nametha Shambhu, because of being proud of his opulence position and considering Lord Shiva based on his material outlook or material relationship, not understanding his exalted position as Vaishnava or as a Shiva Tattva. He was thinking with an ordinary person. And after he offended also, he got higher post. Because probably there was no one. So Brahma gave him previously the Prajapati, then he became the head of the Prajapatis. So material opulence and material positions and the spiritual positions, we need to see them very clearly. What is the meaning of spiritual advancement and what is the meaning of sometimes getting big position because of the piety of a person. Previous piety. One may get big position even in the institution, spiritual institution also. Somebody may be given a big position in institution, not necessarily because of his spiritual advancement. Because the institution is also like, just like the universal administration also is like institution. Similarly, spiritual institution also is like another institution. The soul of that, the institution, is the teachings or the spiritual practices which are performed. Otherwise, we also have buildings, we are also dealing with the outside world, with the government, income tax, all these things are there. So what makes our institution different than other is the devotees who are sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness based on the founder Acharya's guidelines given in his writings, in his lectures, in his conversations, in his letters, and understanding what his mood and his teachings are. Unless we go thoroughly into that, we will just remain on a superficial platform. And as long as the institution has some social acceptance or the fame, then people follow. And when something goes wrong, then they leave also immediately. With those aspects. So that we need to be sincere ourselves, not just this institution is necessary in the today's situation. Previously, where there was an institution in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's times. Neither there was an institution nor he constructed any temple also. Because Goswami went and constructed a temple in Vrindavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just was in Puri and going to the temple, Jagannath Puri temple, which was managed by some different people. So, the core teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Harinam Sankirtan, practicing the devotional service in the association of devotees, studying Bhāgavatam, chanting the holy name, studying Bhāgavatam in the association of devotees, worshipping the deities, remaining in a place where devotees are there, dham, holy place, and developing taste for chanting, hearing, serving Vaiṣṇavas. Those aspects we are not really trying to imbibe in our hearts and just going by superficial, outlook. And then Maya will cheat us through all external things. The scriptures, even scriptures, people study Vedas, also they get lost. But they don't go in the actual message of the Vedas. Vedesha sarver aham eva vedyo. Shankaracharya, he took the Vedas and based on the Vedas he propagated his Mayavad philosophy. That's why it was very difficult to defeat Shankaracharya, because his basis was the Vedas. Buddhism he defeated because Buddhism had no acceptance of Vedas. Shankaracharya removed Buddhism from India very easily in that sense. But the Shankaracharya became very powerful, and still they are powerful in this philosophy. So there are people, Krishna speaks in Bhagavatam also, Vedavadartas, who think that the purpose of the Vedas is just perform karma kanda and enjoy heavenly pleasures, life after life. And then the higher understanding the Shankaracharya gave was that's not going and merging into Brahman. That's what the Vedas are teaching. That time he defeated even not only Buddhists but also the karma kandis. Shankaracharya had a debate with the leader of the karma kandi at that time was Mandal Mishra. And in Varanasi. And he defeated him. And then he became like his follower then. And then all the karma kandis were converted into Mayavadis. So Vedas give teaching at different levels, depending on what conscience a person is. He will get attracted to those things. But the actual message of the Vedas is to know God, Supreme Lord. But most part of the Vedas, they talk about the three modes of material nature. That's why Krishna says that Trigunya Vishaya Veda Naistrigunya Bhavarjuna. Things which beyond these three modes is the pure devotional service. That is given in the Vedic literatures, but in a very, very not very explicitly, but in some places. Only Śrīmad Bhāgavatam gives very clearly. Rest other in the Vedic literatures is given in a very, very hidden way. While other things are so much of appreciated in other Puranas, and I will find glorification of different devatas, Puranas. The Shiva Puran glorifies Lord Shiva as if he is supreme. Brahma is glorified, Shiva is glorified, Indra is glorified, And you'll find whenever the description comes, there all opulences are described. Bhagavatam is the only literature he gives. Even if you are in the see what happens like that. But other places you will not find like that. Other places their opulences, their success, all those things are glorified so much. And that's why people get bewildered. Who is the Supreme also? If you read Skanda Purana, you'll appear Skanda is the Supreme. Shiva Purana, Shiva is Supreme. Some places you find Indra is Supreme, something. King of the heavens, Brahma is Supreme. Because where they are glorified so much in those Puranas. Why? Because it is also necessary for the people who are not accepting bhakti, they are very much materially absorbed. They will get attracted by the opulences the demigods are holding. And then they worship demigods or they cooperate with demigods, they will also get opulences and material sense gratification. And that's a step towards accepting the Vedas. And their faith in Vedas develops. Slowly they will become Krishna conscious over a period of time. That is what is expected. So therefore, if one is not accepting Vishnu, then the Puranas and other literatures, they help a person to accept some demigods. Krishna only helps within the heart. He gives that faith. Because they are universal administrators, the people who accept demigods and start cooperating with them, then they will suffer less other than living a animalistic material life. Then they accept some authority of the Vedas. And by accepting authority of the Vedas, they will see they're getting the benefits, material benefits. And that faith in Vedas is very good for them to make spiritual progress. But that will take many, many lifetimes also. And of course, there has to be intervention by the devotees in their lives to give them the higher understanding about spiritual life. So this principle of worshipping some powerful man is a demigod worship. That's why Iha Devata. This is Krishna also talks in Bhagavad that Kamastayasya Ruta Jnana Prapadyante Anya Devata. Those who have a lot of material desires, they get attracted by this Anya Devata than Krishna. Anya means not Krishna, somebody else. Anya Devata. Those who are a really sincere seeker of truth, really want to solve the problems of life forever. So they can get attracted to the bhakti, devotional service. But those who are too much having material desires, for them the bhakti appears not very appealing to their hearts. Kamasthesya rutagyana. Those who are kamasthesya, those who have too many material desires. Rutagyana. And then knowledge has been stolen by the maya, by the lust. Prapadyante anya devata. They surrender to the other devatas. And some place says Iha Devata. Iha Devata means in this world somebody very powerful man. They also take his shelter. Why people get attracted by somebody who is holding a big position like minister, or chief minister, or prime minister, or president? Why people get attracted to them? Because they hold big position powers, and people think if I am in touch with that person, then so many of my things can be done. If I have some difficulties, I can get my problem solved. Or simply by having some selfie with the person, I can shoot so many people and get some fame. Oh, I was with this person. Oh, really? So you get some fame by that. So they have fame, and you want to also share their fame. So that's why people want to have a relationship with those people. Big film stars, or so anybody who is holding the big either fame or the powers in this world. That attraction towards them is originally one is attracted to Krishna, who holds all the opulences out of love. Not because he holds opulences, because Krishna is all attractive, beautiful person. But if we don't have pure devotion in the heart to Krishna, then one is attracted to reflection of those opulences in some powerful person in this world. And that attraction is not out of love, but to enjoy those opulences. And that's what the whole material world is going on. People want to hold big positions. Why? They think people will get attracted to me and they love me. Originally, the pure soul, in a pure state, you get attracted to Krishna, not to enjoy the opulences of Krishna, but to serve Krishna. Love. When that love is missing and it transforms into lust, then one gets attracted to anybody who is holding big position, whether it's Krishna or not Krishna. And even in devotional service also, one may get attracted to the person who is holding positions, not because he is a devotee. So unless we work on purification of our heart, remove these lusty desires, greed, lust, envy, it's very difficult to understand what pure devotional service is. Anya abhilashita shunyam, jnana karma dhyanavrutam, anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. And what is the power of love? It's above everything. I was yesterday reading a quote one very senior devotee has put into his things, what do you call the status or something like that. So there, it's a quote of one comedian, famous comedian, Charlie Chaplin. If I can recollect that quote exactly, it says, one is attracted, one desires to have a power when one is harming to some. I had one.
Why do we get attracted to what we desire?
No. One desires to have a power when one wants to harmful, something like that. And otherwise, love can give everything. I can find it out exactly. Can you show me? I can find it. You need power. You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done. You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done. So that's whole modern education, modern culture is to get powers, because and then harming, you can see so much harm. See, power can be utilized, but when one finds one feels the need, I want to have powers. Love is not there, then one is hankering for powers. And when love is not there in the heart, then what is going to do with the powers? Because love is not there, what is there? Lust is there, and greed is there, and envy is there. Naturally going to harm others. Its quote is very, very meaningful.
Hmm.
You can read again. What is this? You need power. Huh?
Power
You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done.
You need power only when you want to do something harmful. The one is feel that how can I live without power? Material powers. And that's why you'll find Krishna's devotees, sometimes they don't have any powers with them. And still they're joyful. Kolabicha Sridhar or the Sudama and so many people. Okay. And there are devotees who have powers, but they're not attached to the powers. Yudhishthira Maharaj left immediately kingdom as soon as Krishna left. Because they have power of love with them. And that's what everybody is looking for. Why people want to hold big positions and they want to have big packages. They think that people will love me by that. My family will be happy, my friends will be happy, but actually nobody is happy. They want to just enjoy the powers you have. When you have powers, they are happy because they think that I will also enjoy the same powers what you have. They are afraid of, not that afraid, they are hankering for the opulence you are holding on, and that's why they may appreciate you as long as you share your powers with them. And that's what people are afraid. People are afraid of losing their powers because they think people will go away. People will not respect me. And everyone knows this is a big illusion in this world. Why people should go away when you don't have powers? That means they never loved you. They loved your powers. So you look somebody in your life who doesn't go away even if you don't have powers. You find one person at least like that who doesn't care for whatever powers and positions are. And that is Krishna. Krishna doesn't care for what you have. Or Krishna's representative also. Rather they feel pity. Somebody is attached to the powers and get entangled. Without devotional service, somebody is holding big powers, big money. Vaiṣṇavas feel pity on them. They don't have Krishna consciousness. So Krishna sees who has that genuine love for him. He doesn't see powers and everything. Ultimately, all powers are there with him naturally. Any power somebody is holding in this world, it's ultimately Krishna's reflection of Krishna's powers. So Krishna is not attracted by the powers at all. A person. He is attracted by devotion. And only by devotion you can understand Krishna, not by any powers, not by any intellectual understanding of the scriptures also. If you have devotion, bhaktya mama bijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvata. Krishna reveals himself to the person who loves him. Not the person who is proud of his scholarship, not a person who has big money, not a person who has. If they don't have devotion, they can never understand Krishna. Krishna remains hidden from such people. And everybody is looking for that love, but because they have got lust in their heart, in the name of love, they are actually exercising the lust in their hearts. Without purification of the heart, they are looking for happiness in this material world. That's why Prahlad Maharaj said that if you want to be happy, stop looking happiness in this world. This is Prahlad Maharaj teachings. Stop looking happiness in this material world. Purify your heart and look for spiritual happiness in relationship with Krishna. So that is the meaning. Becoming a devotee of Krishna is very difficult for most of the people because of this. It's completely, destroying the whole foundation of material existence, which people don't want. And even coming to devotional service also, Maya cheats them like this. Oh, I am a devotee. Whether you are a devotee of Krishna or you are a devotee of his demigods. Demigods also are devotees. You may say I am a devotee of devotee. But what kind of devotee are you? Are devotee of the post devotee is holding? devotee of the devotee. That we need to see. And if you are a devotee of devotee really in sense, without his post and position what he is holding, then you will find happiness in your heart. Devotional service is very simple. Prabhu said it is very simple but very difficult to practice because of our complex mind in this world. Hare Krishna mantra is also very simple. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. The devotee is very attracted somebody chanting holy name. But we get attracted by somebody quoting very complex shlokas from Bhāgavatam or some Puranas. We get impressed by him. And we don't get much chanting everybody is doing Hare Krishna mantra. Somebody is chanting the holy name of the Lord, we should appreciate. Somebody is chanting Krishna's names. So that's why when chanting becomes difficult, why? Because we are attracted to so many other things of this world. While chanting, we want to do something else. So it's very simple, but difficult to practice. That's the problem. And why difficult to practice? Because we have made our life difficult on this. So many other things are filled in our mind, which are not required. Anarthas. Artha and anartha. Artha means value, anartha means no value. So many misconceptions we have stored in our mind from so many lifetimes and this lifetime also. And all those impressions are constantly haunting us. And because of that, we are not able to chant. We think something else is important. Our mind is dictating. Chetodarpana marjana means we honestly seek Krishna, please kindly remove these impressions. Let my mind becomes clean completely. Let me just get attracted to the devotional service, bhakti, holy name. Chetodarpana marjanam bahumahadava. Removing all these dirty things. But we want to hold those things. That is the problem. Sometimes, you have to clean your locker and so many unwanted things are there. Oh, this also is required. Last 5 years I have not utilized it. I need this. I may need it. We don't want to throw them out, which are not required. Similarly, all these anarthas also, our false ego doesn't allow us to learn. How will I enjoy if I remove greed, envy, lust? This is the problem. So many conceptions we are carrying. And we say, bhakti should be like this, Krishna should be like this. Why? Because I think like this. Ego is so strong. Rather than understanding what Krishna wants or how Krishna is actually, what Bhagavatam says, we don't want to remove our conceptions. Otherwise, bhakti is a very simple thing. Because we are holding on these conceptions and our false ego doesn't allow it to remove them. That's why Krishna's holy name doesn't clean our hearts. Because we hold them. If we surrender and say, my dear Lord, please do the needful, remove all these things. Krishna will clean the heart. And then you can be very free from all these burdens. Burdens of so many misconceptions we are carrying. Burdens of so many anarthas we are carrying. And when mind becomes completely cleansed and love is awakened, you can experience real freedom. Freedom from all troubles of this life. Devotees have no any burdens of this. He doesn't have any social pressures also. Pure devotee of the Lord. He is not after social pressures. He has no any this bodily consciousness. He has no fear of death also. And because he is absorbed in Krishna's service, the body actually becomes less like a machine. The Prahlad Maharaj, when his all activities of the body were going on without his much knowledge also. He was completely absorbed in Krishna consciousness. This gross material body also, identification so much, and we get so much affected by some inconvenience body is giving. Why? Because Our whole consciousness is absorbed through the body to the world, rather than absorbing in Krishna, serving Krishna. This body, senses, the possessions, positions. That's why bhakti means sarva upadi vinirmuktam. They don't identify with any position of this material world. We have our own existence, spiritual existence is there. Realize that. It's all temporary positions we are identifying, we are afraid. Because all these positions will be taken away sooner or later. To get positions we are hankering, to maintain positions we are struggling so hard, we are fearful, and after we lose them also we suffer. So bhakti means not identify with any of these material world positions. We can utilize them as long as they are there in Krishna's service. But our identification should be that I am a servant of Krishna. That's not intellectual simply understanding, but really coming to that position by sincerely performing our sadhana, by cleansing our mind, and by developing the taste for holy name, serving Vaiṣṇavas. Slowly we will be released from all these burdensome things of this world. And then the pure devotee has no enemies also in this world. Ajata Shatru. As long as we have demigod mentality, we want to hold positions and enjoyment of this world. Demigods means what? Demigods who want to hold positions. The devotees who want to hold positions and also want to enjoy material world, but they are accepting Vishnu. Vishnu's authority. So then they have to experience demons also in their lives. But the demigods who are pure devotees of the Lord, like President Brahma or Ganesh, they are holding positions because Krishna wants them to hold positions. Pure devotee means that. They are not attached to the positions. Other demigods who are mixed devotees. The devotees who want to hold positions and opulences and enjoy material pleasures. But they have faith in Krishna. So they accept Krishna's authority. So one should not even want to aspire to become these demigods. One should aspire to become a pure devotee of the Lord. And then one will become completely free from all inimical, what do you call this? He is my friend and he is my enemy. That conception one will become free from that. Ajata Shatru. Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhava Sadhubhushanam. A devotee means he has no enemies. Okay, any questions?
In several offense we make some reaction. So what if we have committed some offense and stand on the holy name? Should we try to do some tapasya, prayashchit, or that will be again like not from pure devotional service? Because we are thinking of our own reactions and not focusing on Krishna.
The devotee is more worried about his spiritual progress, certainly. So the prayashchitta means you perform your devotional service more seriously. You don't have to perform any material prayashchitta, but one becomes more alert and practice a devotional service more seriously. That is what prayashchitta is for devotees. We should make sure that we don't do it again and again. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Prabhu says Krishna is very lenient to devotees, but one should not take advantage of Krishna being lenient. If devotee sincerely repents, and serves, chants holy name and serves Vaishnavas, then all those impediments are removed by Krishna. But one should not take advantage of these things. Oh, Krishna is brilliant, let me go on doing things. Then that one gets stuck up in the, doesn't make progress by this attitude. The attitude of seventh offense is what? I will chant holy name even if I commit some offense, and I will nullify it. I commit some sin and then I chant holy name of the Lord. I don't have to do any prayaschitta. I just chant and that will nullify. So that kind of mentality will not help. That becomes offense, seventh offense. So whatever is necessary, sometimes we need to do to make us very serious in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna may allow the reactions to happen so that to make us serious in Krishna consciousness. So Indra tried to nullify that with his yajna and everything, but that didn't work fully because of the seventh offense. He got the reaction. Ultimately, if one is sincere, the Lord helps him out by rectifying him. Rectification of this consciousness. If one is not very sincere, then what happens is the delays. His progress is delayed for many, many lifetimes. So we should see that mentalities of committing sins or doing offenses is removed. Sincerely one should work, offering prayers and whatever is necessary. That's why Guru is required. What has to be done in a particular situation. It depends on sometimes different people also. Some person may be really sincerely repenting from his heart, and Krishna removes that. He doesn't have to do anything. But somebody may say, I am repenting, but actually he is not sincerely doing things. Then may have to get reactions. Too much intellectual understanding sometimes makes us get tricked by the Maya. We try to analyze the only thing philosophically, but we don't see how our heart is responding to the situations. That's why many times people try to philosophize or try to justify, and philosophy works like both ways. So, okay, I am devotee, I don't have to do it. I can break on any laws for higher purpose. And one is not able to say that it's not higher purpose, it's my sense gratification. I'm doing it. So we need to be very careful about it. That sincerity means we may commit mistakes, but then we at least acknowledge that, then we will repent it. If we justify it with our intelligence, then very difficult to actually relish the devotional service. Then people become very ritualistic and people become very proud of their practices. I am so strict. And then they absorb only rituals and they think that they are advanced. That's the problem. Now, how great pure-hearted Vaishnavas, they always feel that humble, that I am very, very fallen. That's actually great happiness what they derive by feeling like that. But in the conditions set to experience that fallen nature, one has big false ego. One goes in depression. Humility leads to depression for many people who are trying to be humble. Superficially I'm saying. But in true sense, humility actually gives us such a great feeling of protection of Krishna, shelter of Krishna, and happiness of the heart. And even if one is feeling I'm very fallen, you feel that such protection of Krishna. Krishna is so kind. Krishna will never reject me, even if I am very fallen. So it's not a depression. It's not. Depression means it is the other side of false ego, defeated false ego. True humility is very great courage and feel. One accepts if I have done something genuinely. My dear Lord, I am so fallen. Let me not do it again. Please give me the strength. And you really work on it, whatever is necessary. So devotee is not much worried about just the reactions. He is worried about his devotion. And sometimes you'll find devotees also doing rituals, a sort of a prayaschitta, in order to rectify their particular mentalities. But that should not be contrary to devotional principles. That's why under proper guidance we should. And it's not just getting free from reaction, but to remove the wrong mentality in our heart. That's how the devotee sees. The prayaschitta is not just to avoid the reaction, but prayaschitta is, the Parishad Maharaj said that I have committed such offense to that sadhu. Now the reactions may come to all my citizens. Why others should suffer because of me? If let it comes to me. He said like this, and that's the time he got a news that he got cursed. And when he got the news, he actually became very happy. Yes, others don't have to suffer. So he accepted that reaction happily. So because he is fully Krishna conscious person, actually doesn't suffer even if he gets a reaction. But his main concern becomes that others should not suffer unnecessarily because of me. Or my devotional service also is not sacrificed. That is his worry. Let me never fall down from devotional principle path. Reaction comes or not comes, that's not very much of his concern. But more is important, I should not fall down from the devotional path. I should not forget Krishna, I should not go away from devotional service. That is the worry of a devotee. And for that, whatever is necessary, he does that. But those who are not, then they try to avoid reaction because they want to enjoy this material world. And they keep on repeatedly doing that. That's why Parishad Maharaj asked this question, Prayashchittam atokatam, what is the use of prayashchitta then? Prayashchitta is performed just to avoid reaction, not to rectify the consciousness. So that one can again enjoy material world. But devotee's purpose is not just to avoid reaction, but to rectify the consciousness, which is actually a real solution. And that rectification of consciousness is by taking shelter of Krishna more, shelter of devotional service more, being serious in Krishna consciousness. Okay, any other questions?
No, many times whatever that we commit some offenses, and we know that we have committed some. We repent for that, we pray for that. But due to our conditioning, it again happens, but in a different way, in a different circumstance. So again it is happening. What we should do at that time, because those things, because the condition is like that, we are unable to tolerate that situation or kind of restrain ourselves from that committing something, offenses against devotees or whatever. We are envious over that, and we are again doing it. Even we are knowing that if I'm doing it is wrong, I should not do it, and repenting also. But conditioning is like that, we are just happening.
Yes. So that's why the reactions are there to make us understand that when I am committing some offense, doing some harm to some devotees, when the same thing comes to us, then we realize how it is not good. The purpose of reaction is that only. One who realizes this, it doesn't need to be a reaction. So we need to understand that when our mind is cheating again and again, then the reaction may come in our lives to make us understand. So, of course, if one is sincere again, you practice seriously, slowly those tendencies will go away. Sometimes it may be there, but if one is sincere, praying to Krishna and taking some measures, or avoiding certain situations which is making a person behave in a particular way. That's why you take guidance of some senior experienced person, how to deal in such situations when those anarthas are coming up. Avoid those situations also, so that those anarthas are not. So, and on the other side, you strengthen your devotional practices. Both things is, one should avoid situations which bring out our anarthas out. Don't go into those situations. Under proper guidance, of course. Like somebody has some conditioning, then don't deal with those situations which will aggravate those conditionings. So don't put yourself into the situations. Put yourself in a more protective atmosphere, like that. And that is not sufficient. That is necessary to protect you, but then you also need to practice the sadhana nicely, so that you actually remove those things from the heart. So the attacks of this material energy will come. So one should be intelligent how to deal with it. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Krishna gives intelligence that how to deal. It may be different for different people. That's why gurus in Vedic times would understand the disciple's nature and give him, just like doctor understand every patient different, and help him out. Modern education system is that you make everything one. All exams for all people one, everything one. Gurukul system is very personal basis, personalized. Every child is different. Some child may have more anarthas, then he dealt differently by the Guru. Somebody has more early spiritual practices differently. So if we are sincerely trying to take shelter of the experienced devotees, they can help us out. How to remain protected, those anarthas are being aggravated, and how to get strength to remove those anarthas from our heart. And we should not unnecessarily test ourselves by putting us situations. Material nature already is doing that. Otherwise, we should avoid those circumstances which aggravate our anarthas and keep ourselves in a protective environment and make spiritual progress. Like this story of, not story, example of this mongoose and the snake. They fight. The mongoose, what it does, he is very expert to avoid this snake, very sharp. So he keeps on harming the snake, but he also knows that sometimes the snake may bite him. So what he does is that he takes the snake slowly to a direction where a particular herb is there. Because that herb, by smelling the herb, the mongoose can neutralize that snake bite. So bolte, some people say like that. So usually that mongoose stays in that area only where that herb is also there. And he can, once he brings to that herb, then he can easily kill the snake. He can. Otherwise, if the snake bites him and he is not able to reach to the herb. Similarly, when others are attacking, if you are not able to reach out to the good association properly, then one may get lost. So we should keep ourselves near where that strength is coming in our lives. So it's the spiritual protection. Okay, any other questions?
Only you flower some offenses, others may take reaction. So for that should we try to nullify other Christ? What do you know from the basis?
Others getting reaction when you are responsible for them. Who gets a reaction? The king is doing it, then the praja may get reaction. If you are holding some responsible positions over the people, then people may get affected by that reaction. If somebody is a father, mother, then children may get affected. Any person, guru is the disciples may get affected. So who get?
Father, parents may get affected. That is also possible.
Huh?
Due to children, parents may also get affected.
That's true. But that is usually the higher authorities' reactions come from somebody is holding kings. The king also get affected by the citizen, that's true. But the mistake done by the king usually affects all his praja. It's said like that. And the people who are below are considered always, of course, which role you are playing, that depends on that. If the disciple is committing some mistake, the gurus may get affected, fame. People criticize guru. If the guru is not liberated soul, then he also may get karmic reactions also. So yes, that's true. That different people who are connected to us, they get affected. Very advanced person, he may not get affected by all these things. Spiritually advanced person, because they are surrendered to Krishna and they are doing it selflessly activities. Even if people are doing some things, they are not obliged to get affected. Voluntarily they may take the reactions, but it's not force upon them. Actually, it's love, obedience is there, then automatically person feels that person prays or person does something or he avoids doing things. The relationship between guru and disciple is more based on love and trust, the affection relationship. Guru Sudurda Saurudam, Bhāgavatam says. Saurudam means heart-to-heart friendship. Guru has. Affection the disciple has for guru or guru has for the disciple. That's a relationship where nobody wants to harm each other. They always want to serve. Guru accepts a disciple's services also as a service. There is no question of exploitation of anybody. So that's why if really practicing the loving relationship only make people responsible more. Not simply by dry speculation or the intellectual understanding. We also need to have some trusting and affectionate relationships among devotees. At least there should be based on the some duty. Oh, it's my duty. Gratitude. If one has really gratitude towards other people, then one will not act in a such a way that causes any harm to them. That Parishad Maharaj had such affection for all his citizens. He didn't want them to suffer because of him. It's not just the intellectual understanding, it's the affection. Similarly, devotee feels like that. Why should I behave in such a way that Krishna's name will be spoiled? Prabhupada's name will be spoiled. I should not act in such a way. Okay.
And question of that, for that should we do some prayashchit or focus?
That's what.
Other people.
Huh?
If other people getting affected by it, then should we do some?
Yes, we should take whatever measure are required for it, so that they don't suffer because of me. But for that, we need to have the sense of gratitude and sense of some affection also should be there. Otherwise, simply on the base of intelligence, we act many times. And we act in such a way that we don't know what is to be done. Just like sometimes you want to do good to somebody. If you really don't know what is good, then and how to administer the good also, both things. That one gets some intellectual understanding that okay, this is how the right things. But whether it's really pleasing to Krishna or pleasing the Guru or it's really helping the person or not helping the person. So that we need to see. But yes, because of me, why should others suffer? That's a very good consciousness. Actually, without having some gratitude and with devotion, even if you only take like Shringi, after he saw his Parishad Maharaj behavior, you see Shringi's talk. Shringi is saying he became very angry, and his anger was based on, at least Bhagavatam says that, based on false ego, not out of affection for his father, nor really. And he says, because Krishna has left the planet, nobody is there to attend these Kshatriyas who are supposed to be like our shoes, Brahmanas. There's nobody to attend, and that's why they are acting like this. So now I will show my powers. I will rectify the situation. So it is a duty of a son when father is insulted to take action. But when one is not having that affectionate relationship, one may act only based on the false ego and intellectual understanding that okay, this has to be done. And one may not understand his jurisdiction, what his responsibility is, and what his really how. Like Lord Shiva was offended by Daksha, and all his followers also started cursing, which is not appreciated there. And Prabhupada cites also that yes, somebody is superior is offended like this. It's duty of his people to defend, but the way they defended was not appropriately done. Counter cursing, counter cursing went on. So it's very important that we should really deeply think about even within our own heart. It's not just a theoretical intellectual understanding and we are acting on the basis of our previous grievances or false ego, but rather it should be compassionate act. It should be affectionate, affection for Krishna or devotees. That we need to see what is my real inner driving force. Shungi was convinced I am doing right things, but he is not appreciated at all in Bhagavatam. Neither the actions of these Daksha's followers are appreciated. Sorry, Lord Shiva's followers also, Daksha's followers also. So it's not about just doing things, how you are doing things. Otherwise, why they got reaction? They defended Lord Shiva. Why they got reaction? Of course, sometimes you defend also you get reaction, certainly, but it is not appreciated in Bhagavatam because the way they did it. So in the name of Krishna, in the name of Guru, in the name of people can act based on their false egos. If there is no devotion in the heart, there is no really gratitude and affection. People who just follow only theoretically things, usually have difficulties. There is an incident of this guru was going in a horse and the disciple was going. So something fell from the bag and the guru wanted it. And he asked disciple, I am not finding in the bag. He said, it fell down some time back. You didn't pick it up? Because you did not tell me. So not in your instructions. So I did not pick it. It went on long back. Whatever falls, you should pick it up. Yes. And after some time, Guru was saying, so much bad smell is coming. What happened? Because whatever falling from the horse, yes, he was picking up. He collected in the whole bag, all the stool. He said, you just told me that whatever falls from the horse, you pick it up. And Guru said, not the horse stool, I told. Whatever falls from this. Okay, you tell me now what has to be picked up and what should not be picked up. So Guru gave the list. This thing should be picked up. And after some time, what happened? Guru fell down. The branch of the tree came, the horse jumped and then Guru fell down. And the disciple was saying in the list. Sometimes the people act so much based on I am following instructions very correctly, 100%, Don't use common sense. So, dadami buddhi yogam tam means Krishna gives the intelligence how to act. But for that one has to be sincere. That sincere means to see what is my inner driving force, how am I acting. And that's why if not clear, then you go and approach a guru and ask him, what is my duty to be performed in these situations. Otherwise, one may act based on all these driving forces, inappropriate driving forces, and one may intellectually get convinced about what I am doing is right. So, in the beginning times, yes, what we do. As we make progress is not what we do generally. It's how we do things. Means, what is my consciousness behind it? Why am I doing it? What is my motivation? And that one has to be honest for that, sincere. One may justify, but then Krishna sees from within heart. Or the higher authorities, they also see the inner intention of a person. And then appropriately the reactions are given, or the rewards are also given. One thing is that if you have acted very rightly, you will feel very satisfied in your heart. Deep satisfaction. And your faith in Krishna devotional service will increase by that. Okay. Thank you so much. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai.